Welcome to Beatresman's Alphas. Disclaimer: this is a complete work of fan fiction. One opened her eyes lazily and found her brother best friend, Jungkook, staring at her like she'll vanish if you blink even for once. Unknowingly, she trailed her fingers on his face, gently captivating his beauty as he closed his eyes on her touch. What a beautiful dream, she mumbled slowly, making him smirk. I didn't know I came in your dreams too, he murmured silkily as he leaned forward and so soft, but then it hit her hard. It wasn't real like a dream, it seems real. Her eyes widened, and she pulled back and stared at him with widened eyes. And then, and gasped laughed him out in shock. Don't tell me it's not a dream and it's true. Yes, it's not. Between I didn't know my wild cat dreamt something like this too. He smirks devilishly to see her tinted cheeks. You must be kidding me, Jungkook. How is it even possible? You were not even in prayer last night. No, it's not possible. No, you weren't going to tell me that you don't remember. And by the way, it was not me, it was you, and I tried my level best. But you literally, if you forget everything, it's not my fault. He husked angrily, but one felt her cheeks more flushed with crimson color when he angrily got up from bed as she eyed him from head to toe, and she felt herself getting. She faked cuffs and averted her gaze to the side to hide her burning, flushed cheeks. She had faint memories of what happened, but didn't remember clearly what happened. She trusted to shift a little, but got up anyways. Stop, Winiko. You're not a kid anymore, she muttered as she walked towards his closet. I know, but I'm very much eligible to make you mother of mine kids, he drawled, smirking as he poked his inner cheeks and wanted stark and then tomatoes. I'm borrowing your shirt. You don't mind, right? He took a step towards her, making her heart accelerate in speed. You also took my heart. Never did I ever mind, nor do I ever complain, he drawled, letting his nose in her nape and her becomes uneven. She knows he's intentionally teasing her, and she would lie if she said it was not affecting her. Could stop being a. She somehow managed to say, and he chuckled fearfully, making her feel something in her stomach. I'm making breakfast. See you downstairs. Why not? Leaving him alone. When get changed as she came downstairs to have her breakfast. Stop me with your eyes and eat your food, Jungkook, she hissed without meeting his gaze, and he chuckles. So why don't we make it a reality then? I don't need to, you? He counterattacked in a raspy voice as he got up from his seat and sat beside her and made her face towards him by pulling her chair, both faced towards each other. She closed her eyes tightly while biting her lower lip. Stop eating, love, unless you really want what I just said, because I really shot you. It is. He put his thumb and forefinger on her chin and took out her from the grasp and went took a shaky breath. Stop. Was that enough? She stared him, keeping that with him. Only he knows. Her eyes was also making him feel many things as he cleared his throat, coming out of his trance. It's simple. I never have you. He shrugged, munching his pancakes. One stared him for a few seconds, then she also faced her food while trying her best to hide her flushed cheeks. Do you want to miss this party? No, mine France. Then how did I meet you? I see you on the roadside, talking with the tree, and being a good and possessive boyfriend that I am, I went towards you and found you, to recognize and whom you were talking to. One just closed her eyes and looked towards the other side, too embarrassed to face him now. Look at me, she shakes his eyes, and nudged his arm around her waist, placing her in his. Eyes widened. What are you doing? Nothing. Just finish your food, he murmurs, and in his like voice, and placed his elbow on the table and put his hand under his chin for spot and stared Wayne admiringly. That's not funny, John, and stop being she mumbled as she tried to get up, but he held her back firmly. Am I? Do I show you what they actually do? He leaned forward as he was about to, but she put her palm on his lips. Okay, stop. I need to go back home. Then rolled his eyes, but didn't stop her. She went back in his room, took her bag before coming back. He had already cleaned dining and was now in front of the door, waiting for her. I'll drop you home. She smiles as she tiptoed his cheeks, but Jacob have the serious expressions on his face. Neither do he respond, because usually if he turns into session. What happened? She asked, frowning. Nothing. The reply came in a short cut down, making her more anxious. What happened, Jacob? She asked again, tugging his shirt sleeve lightly. Nothing happened, baby. Let's go. He moved towards the door, but Wayne pulled him back towards her to know the reason behind his sudden change of mood. Tell me first what happened. Did you do something wrong? Her heart was beating so fast, and she was getting anxious, he says. What are you going to tell your parents about and brother about us? When I immediately got quiet, there was her weak point, and she can't help it. I don't know, Ko. I'm just scared of the reaction. He took a deep breath to calm his nerves a little as he cupped her cheeks and greased them. Mind if you want, I can talk with them. It's not that hard. Then you're making it. One looks down, not having any answer. I don't know. I'm just worried. How would they react? And especially about Jimin. You're his best friend. And I don't know how I would react. She whispers her thoughts truthfully. Okay, fine. Just forget it. Let's go. He went his fingers with hers before going out. Intro. When 21 years old, studying in university last year, Jimin's sister in relationship with her brother's best friend, Jungkook. They complete their education in the same school and university. Jungkook was once senior, and she is currently doing internship. Jungkook is 28 years in CEO in his father's company. And the world trafficking, Jimin is his only best friend. Due to his short temper and aggressive nature, he was always called bad boy title since childhood. In a secret relationship with his best friend's sister, Wen. Jungkook turns off the car in front of a cafe, making Wen frowns. As he got out and came back with 2 coffee and a sandwich, he sat back and gave it to Wen, and she just stared at him, not understanding what is he doing. Do you want me to feed you too? No, Wen raised a brow as she's asking, what is this? Through her eyes. You didn't eat your breakfast properly, Miss Wen, so be a good girl and finish it in front of my eyes. No more drama. He twists the keys and cars start moving. She pouts, staring forward, but having not any option, she took a bite of sandwich, which runs to be her favorite, and savoring the taste of food, he just chuckled on her cuteness, shaking his head. How's things going with your Romeo, aka secret boyfriend? One filled her cheeks, getting tenderer to hear her best friend's words. Fine, one shrugs. Good to know, she smiles wholeheartedly. Forget him. Tell me about your blind date. How it went? Sophia's cheeks turned rosy. He was so good looking. Well mannered, if a precise, not bad. I'm looking forward to meet him again if you want to. She smiles, making you happy too. Suddenly you felt nauseous as you went towards the washroom and emptied your lunch. Sophia also ran behind you worriedly. Are you going? She also handed you a glass of water as he nods. If you're not feeling well, we should go to see a doctor. It's fine. I must have eaten something wrong, don't worry. Are you sure? Because if you want, we should probably see a doctor and clinic. It is not that far from office too. I'm fine, bestie, don't worry. She wasn't convinced, but didn't force you again. 2 lemonade and add some raspberry and remind it as well. And all the sour ingredients you have. Just make it too sorry. Her mouth waters as she licks her lips, already drooling, imagining the sorry taste in her mouth. I'm so done with you, Wan. You just eat pizza with nuggets and ice cream. And yes, espresso as well. Stop overeating or you'll feel sick again. Wait, I'm just hungry, she pouts, defending herself. That's the reason you're feeling nauseous. You're drinking this ridiculous drink as she tried to take drink from her hand, but rushed outside, leaving her alone. A week passed and one was not still feeling well. When was the last time you? She asked bluntly, examining Wa's condition in one chalk on her water as she glared her best friend knowingly. Don't stare at me like that. I'm your best friend, not your mother, so be a good girl and tell me when clears are right. Why are you asking? Just let me know, you idiot, one pouts. To remember exactly, maybe a few weeks ago, one shrugs her shoulder. Do you guys? One glare at her knowingly now. Why are you suddenly interested in my life, Sophie? She says. Because I think you're pregnant. I mean, maybe there are chances. She shrugs and all the colors on one's face turned away. As she thinks about it, and then the last time she get was also like this month. Sophie shakes, yell at her, making you get back your senses. How is it possible, Sophie? That's not possible. I'm just a university student. One was panicking as Sophia sat in front of her and held her arms firmly to stabilize her a bit. I'm just 21, Sophie. But well, how do I tell my parents? And I, Jungkook, we never talk about family. Tear roll on her eyes. That Sophie wiped immediately as she hugs you. She can literally felt one's family finger in her breast. Relax, wine. Take a deep breath as she raised her arms in a soothing manner. When beats, what was she saying? And her breaths became slightly calmer now. Relax. Why are you getting tensed? We're not sure, though we have not even checked yet. Just don't think about it and relax. Actually, just forget about it. When nods, it stops. Or I can't, but I want to eat ice cream. She stirred, sobs again, making Sophia let out a deep sigh while rolling her eyes. Sometimes I think I'm your mother, as she got up and bring about a kit of ice cream and handed it wine. You're my lifesaver. What would you do if you won't be by my side, Sophie? When hugs her like a koala as she chuckles. One was eating ice cream while watching a movie, and that's when her phone rang, and her face lit up to see her boyfriend's name on it. Hey baby, she mumbles, instantly turning cold. Come out, I'm outside. One immediately wore her shoes as she ran outside. Where are you going? And slow down, idiot, she yells from behind. Outside, he's here. See you later. Sophie just shakes her head in disbelief. One went outside and saw him standing outside, leaning on his car with folded hands. He stared Ryan, maintaining a deep gaze for a few seconds with his cold, motionless expressions, but he turns into a smirk later to see her. One rushed and jumped on him as he stumbled a little, but his reflexes worked faster enough and he held her firmly in a possessive gesture while she wrapped around his. I miss you, she mumbles with a pout, hugging him more tightly, and he let out a chuckle on her cuteness. I miss you more, sunshine, he murmured silkily in her ear, snuggling in her nape, while his hands was caressing her hair gently. Liar, how many times you have called me Jungkook? She asked, facing him with a frown. He didn't reply, so she continued for him only 3 times. In a week. That was no less though when glare him. I went there for Brooke Sunshine and cleared a whole month of work in a week just to come back as soon as possible to be with you. He huffs like a kid and well let out a giggle as she lips and pinches cheeks to annoy him more. Forget it and get in, Harley. He puts her down as she immediately went to center seat. He shakes his head and sits beside her. What are you doing? He asks you. When he saw you didn't move and she didn't understand as you raised a brow, not understanding what he meant. What? To glare her annoyingly. Sit on my baby right now. He almost scrawled huskily, making you roll your eyes, but of course, who you are to disobey him. Just because I'm meeting you after a week is the only reason I'm fulfilling your command. You child sitting. But the next thing you know is he pulled you towards him and captured you. It has been long, almost. One pulled back a few minutes out of as she laid her hand on his shoulder to see her breaths and his smirks to see you in Never disobey, kitten. To see your state right now, he drawled, smirking knowingly, and gave her some fist on his shoulder after stabilizing your breaths. Hey, you, Mr. Icy, ruthless Shinkook. I love you too, sunshine. He whispered huskily in your ear, making your cheeks more flushed and than they already was. Try fast, Shinkook, you said as you move. Just sit comfortably, but hey, stop, kitten. You really need to learn a lesson when we reach back home. He hissed warningly, and Ryan smirks this time. I don't mind though, and that's why you need to drive fast. You give him a quick on his cheeks before laying your head on his shoulder, while he just walks his inner cheeks, being amused. So, how was your trip? Boring and overly exhausted. He yawns, resting his head on once. They both were watching a movie with light gossips. A kid appeared on screen, and once all thoughts moved to her earlier conversation with Sophia. She don't know what could be Jungkook's reaction if she's possibly pregnant. Do he want a baby? Do he ever think to have one? If yes, then would he want it with her? She was lost in all thoughts and didn't realize when her eyes starts getting gloomy. When his voice startled her, making her came back from his train of thoughts as she immediately vaporized. Yes. Are you okay, sweetheart? He asked, facing her now, and Wen managed to smile in front of him and nods. Of course I am, but he stared at her suspiciously, obviously, not believing her words. If there's something bothering you, you can share it with me. You know that, right? He softly grazed her cheeks, and she shakes her head with a forced, reassuring smile. Relax, I'm completely fine. I just need meet with you after days, and this movie is so good. That's why I got emotional. His cheeks, and he finally nods and rests his head back on her. Jingu told her about his trip, and Wan told him about her days, what she did the last week, everything. Meanwhile, somewhere she was contemplating her thoughts to ask about the burger topic, which was bothering her. Jungkook hemmed in response. Do you like it? I mean, what's your thoughts to have one of your own? She encouraged herself to finally ask him. He didn't understand her sudden question, but chuckled slightly. Never think about it before, though I don't think I want a kid yet, but maybe someday. He shrugs, but his answer confused one more than she already was, and something twitched in her stomach. And the week passed, but Wine didn't bother to meet a doctor. Neither she was ready, but she was continuously feeling nauseous and morning sickness and all the possible pregnancy signs and cravings. Deep down, she was scared if their prediction turns out right and her condition was not helping at all. Sophia, can you bring me ice cream and lemonade with turmeric and blueberry while coming to my house, please? Sophie was about to give a lecture to Gwen, but then stopped herself. She knew how to convince her best friend, and she'll do it today, for sure. Okay, fine. You're the bestest, bestie, Sophie, Gwen exclaimed, while eating a spoonful of ice cream while sipping her drink from other hand, happily. I know I am, she said dramatically, flipping her hairs, but you need to take a pregnancy test too, Gwen. Get up right now or else I'm taking your ice cream and drink with me. Hey, food thief, don't you to take my food away from me, One exclaims, hiding her food items, and Sophia smirks evilly. Good. Then if you want your food, then take pregnancy test right now. I have bring 5 kids, so we will surely find either you're really pregnant or not when I widened. Are you out of your mind, Sophia? We're at my place and Charlie and talk. My parents are home. What if they hear our conversation? To worry to find out and desk it. She whispered, yelled rarely, but Sophia half motionless face, making one size. Okay, listen, Sophie. I promise I'll take test, but when we go at your place, one murmured as she snatched her ice cream from Sophia and started eating it while Sophia narrows her eyes. Enough of your drama, Wyan. We have already pended it till days now, like a coward. Now get up immediately. It will only took less than a minute, so get your down and take test. One showed the puppy dog eyes, but it didn't work today because Wine was already laying it from days now as she sighs and got up from the sake of her food. Few months passed and Wine was pacing back and forth in alongside with Sophia. Is it true? Am I really? She sniffles, making Sophia worried as she immediately hugged Wayne and rubs her back soothingly. It's okay. It's not a big deal, Wayne. You're not understanding, Sophia. I'm just 21 and college student. I just started my internship and not even getting paid for that. What do you do? What about my parents and what about my brother? How do you tell them that I'm pregnant with my brother's best friend baby? She sobs while panicking. Well, listen, relax for now, okay? We need to tell Django first. Talk with him and tell him you're pregnant. I'm sure he will handle the situation calmly. One shakes her head in utter disapproval. Last time, when I met with him, he told me he don't want babies. One burst into more tears again with sobs. Hey, when your parents are home, stop crying, please. Listen, babe, he's father of his child and he needs to know. And there's no one who can understand you more than him at this moment. She just gestured again with a polite tone. I don't know what to do. I'm so scared. Okay, let's confirm it from doctor tomorrow. And if it's confirmed, we'll talk with him, okay? Well, let me be happy, girl. I'm going to be aunt, she exclaimed happily as she hugs Mayan lovingly. Congratulations, my dear cupcake. That's what you need to hear. Not just from me, but also from everyone. Don't feel down on yourself. And cheer up, girl. And you got the biggest gift from God. One smiles in tears, as you know it's little lighted head now. Next day, they both went to meet gynecologist, and she confirmed that one is really pregnant. One was getting paranoid with everything that was happening in her life at the moment. What if I say you don't want this baby? Relax, Wayne. And can you please stop overthinking? How could you know what he wants before even asking him? So, my girl, just stop overthinking, meet with him, and tell him directly. One heart was beating more faster with every passing second, but she still encouraged herself to face it, sighing. She got up and called Jungkook. Sophia had left her there because Wayne wanted some time to process everything and react accordingly. After just 2 hours, Jungkook picked the phone. Hey, Sunshine, what's up? He chirped in his enthusiastic tone, but one felt something unusual in his voice, shrugging wherever it was and blaming on her adrenaline and pregnancy hormones. She tried to work on what is necessary to talk right now. Who? Where are you? He frowns. Why is something happened? His voice sounds panicked. He relaxed, babe. Nothing happened. Just let me know. Where are you? He pauses for a second as he was hesitant, but one didn't realize all this. At my parents, why not? In disappointment, with a pout on her lips. Why did you ask? Nothing. I was just planning to come over, but as you're not home, so then see you later, he hummed, and after a few random chit chat, they ended the call. One looked down towards an invisible baby bump as she rubbed her hand on her tummy and a smile crept on her lips. So what do we have here? A little goo, a little wine, she smiles as she backed her fingers and then placed it on her tummy. I'm feeling like I'm already in love with you, my little sweetheart, she murmurs. She murmurs, talking with her little bean while rubbing her hand. She was feeling a little less anxious than before, and warmth of being a mother was spreading in her body. She don't know what will happen next and how her parents and Jungkook will react, but she was confirmed if Jungkook is by her side, she will fight every battle with a big smile on her face. So what do we do now? Little one, confront your dad and give him a surprise. That could be a good idea. Let's go. When I have not met with Aunt Jenny Jenkins Mother for a long time, my mum builds to herself with a smile. It's okay, Wayne. You just need to tell him. One mumbles to herself, standing in front of his parents' house. So one looks around, and the house seems decorated. Is there any function today? She frowns, but Jim couldn't tell me. Mrs. John was coming from kitchen, her hand full of different kinds of sweets. Hey, sweetie, we're planning a surprise. Think you didn't inform me. He also invited you here. She smiled warmly as she side-hugged Wayne, which Wayne returned with a smile. Hey, Aunt, actually, he didn't invite me. I was just passing by and I was missing you lately. So I thought to visit one night with a smile, or would she even tell her, you're going to be a grandma and I'm here to tell your son. Oh, I miss you too, sweetie. Let's get in and join our precious moment with us. Everyone is already waiting for you. They were family friends as well, so they often meet each other. I'm sorry, Aunt, but is there any event going on? She smiles. Yep, Jacob is getting engaged. Let's go meet with his wife. She tucks one to move, but finds steps all unplaced as she felt like suddenly someone drained life out of her. She heard Mrs. Jones speaking something while almost dragging her somewhere, but her brain was not able to process anything anymore. She don't want to believe what she heard, so encouraged herself to follow her with hollow face, almost motionless. One blinks, not wanting to believe what she was witnessing, as she felt shivers of cold run down her spine. There was her biggest nightmare sitting in front of her. Chingu put her ring in another skull finger right in front of her eyes, and when her broke into a billion pieces, she was suddenly feeling so cold to even breathe in the same air as him, and she can't even describe what to feel anymore. He had made thousands of promises with her, thousands of plans, and many other things, but now he was putting a ring in someone else's finger in front of her eyes. She felt her eyes gloomy, but thankfully she was little away from the sight of everyone, so no one saw her. She placed her hand on her mouth to suppress her hiccups and other on her, suddenly feeling a jolt of pain there. And the scene in front started suffocating and breaking her heart more. Her body visibly trembles, and she felt as if she could collapse anytime sooner. Her feet stumble a little as she grabs her the first thing comes in contact with her hand to stabilize herself, taking a few steps, take deep breath, and composing herself little she ran outside. To be continued.